G'day everyone, and welcome to episode 47 of my Guest List Pod, the show where the guests on my list get to have some fun with their favourite list countdowns, and we get to know them and their work a little better. And for this episode, I was joined by someone who knows his way around a good list, but not the boring kind you stick on the fridge. He's the creator and host of the hit comedy and edutainment show, the Tennis Podcast. Each week, Nick Emel and guest sidekick host explore top 10-ish lists on everything from pop culture to history, true crime to the downright bizarre. His show has been downloaded millions of times across the globe, and he's built a reputation for delivering surprising facts, sharp wit, and plenty of laughs along the way. I had the pleasure of speaking with him a few years back now, and I'm excited to finally release our interview. So sit back, relax, and let's count down a 10-ish list with Nick Emel. My guest today is the host of a very entertaining and often thought-provoking list-based podcast called the Tennis Podcast. And when its host, Nick Emel, isn't berating his audience or humbling his visiting guest hosts, Nick is actually a very genial and amusing host himself, with a hell of an ass. Nick, welcome to my personal guest list and welcome to my guest list pod.
Darren, that was perfect intro. Pitch perfect. Couldn't have wrote it better myself. Thanks for having me.
Coming from you. Not a problem. Not a problem. How's it all been?
Good. And, I haven't seen the ass yet, your ass yet, but I'm going to guess that it too is one hell of an ass.
I squat.
Oh, you do? I don't, but...
No, I don't. I haven't for a long time, but I do run, so that helps. So.
Yeah, that does help. I'll bet there's a nice, juicy ham hock back there. I usually can tell if people have a nice ass or not just based on talking to them alone. So that's how I know.
I have noticed that you have that ability. That is a gift.
Yeah, it's my God-given gift. It's what I was put on this earth to do, actually, is comment on the asses of others.
Don't know if I'd actually call it a superpower, but you could get the number plate, ass man. If you were
ass man,
how good,
Darren, you are pushing all the right buttons today, my man.
I thought I might with that one, so very good.
I am the ass man, yes, sir.
So, for all my listeners, my tens of listeners, why don't you tell everybody about Nick Emel, who he is and who he was as a youngster growing up, and then before he became a podcast host.
Who I was before I became a podcast host. Okay. Well, I had a very kind of normal upbringing, I'd say. I was born in California, but have spent most of my life in the American Midwest. I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma area right now. I'm a marketer by trade. Marketing is my career choice. But in 2018, I began podcasting with one of my best friends at the time, Brandon, who folks that have listened to my show will know the name Brandon. He was my sidekick host for most of the show's existence. And we started that in the summer of 2018. And God, it's been well over 4 years now and still going strong.
Definitely. And I've listened to a lot of your back catalogue, and the dynamic between you and Brandon is, the lists are interesting, don't get me wrong, and the guessing's fun, and the, byplay between you two is really good. But, that dynamic is really, really good and very entertaining. And obviously something that you've been able to continue on with some of the new sidekick hosts you've actually brought in. So that's great to see.
It's been different. Yeah. And so, as you alluded to there, as I said, Brandon was with me. It was the two of us every episode without fail, always us two for about 160 episodes. And then right around that time, Brandon had to bow out, basically. And so I was left with the question of, well, do I continue on? Do I start a new, different podcast? What do I do? Because Tennis Podcast is about the list, but it's really more about me and Brandon. So when you lose that, I had a tough choice to make, but I decided to keep going. And now I have kind of a rotating panel of different guest sidekick hosts. And I think it's going pretty well, trying to kind of recapture that tennis magic.
Okay. Look, I must admit, I didn't I haven't listened to the episodes where the changeover came from Brandon leaving to the new host coming in. So where's Brandon nowadays?
Well, let's see. How much can I say here?
Oh,
Brandon, it's a logical question to ask, but he just had some health issues that he had to focus on.
Okay.
And just he's kind of just not just the podcast, but other things in his life too. He just decided anything that is not essential or not family focused, I'm just going to step away from that for now. So
okay. Yep.
I do hope that he'll come back on someday, but there's no timetable for that.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Well, look, Brandon, wherever you are, you've brought me a lot of enjoyment. So I know he's a listener to the show. So, Brandon, see you soon.
Yeah.
See you in the future, maybe.
Yeah. Someday.
What prompted you to start the podcast in the first place, and how did you come up with the format? Because it's ingenious. It's a great format.
Thank you. It came about very naturally. Me and Brandon worked together for a number of years in our real lives, and we would travel a lot for work. And often we'd be, waiting on a delayed airplane or sitting in an airport for whatever reason. And both of us are kind of nerds. And so to pass the time, we'd pull open a top 10 list on the internet and quiz the other one. Okay, so Brandon, I know you love Star Wars. Which Star Wars movie do you think has grossed more than any other at the box office? That sort of thing. Yep, you would guess that. And so basically the show was born out of us doing what the show became in real life before the show. I looked around and I saw, no one's really doing this. And there are other top 10 podcasts, but every one I've come across is always opinion based. Kind of like the list we're going to do today is opinion based on this show. But there wasn't a lot or any that I saw podcasts that are taking 9 times out of 10 a quantitative, fact-based list. So again, it's not my favorite movies; it's the highest grossing movies, stuff like that. So and the great thing about it is it doesn't pigeonhole me into one genre. I can do movies one week, I can do true crime the next, I can do ancient aliens the week after that, I can do video games the week after that. So it kind of allows that flexibility too.
Okay, fantastic. That's really good. And I guess that's what keeps it fresh and interesting for you as well, because, you have all those different subjects and topics, but you also have now the different sidekick hosts. Mm-hmm. So that's a different dynamic each week, which is great.
Yeah. It's been different. I was used to podcasting with one person for years, and then I had to change to kind of doing what you do, where you have a different guest every week, and having to schedule that and get them. It's just it's different, and I'm enjoying it, and I think it's gone as well as it could, or as well as it can. Yeah, so it's just different. I'm still kind of getting used to it.
Okay, so considering we've just been talking about your sidekick hosts, Dr. Buster.
Yes.
He's quite a character.
He is. Talk about a hell of an ass, too. Pretty much the king. Okay. He does squat. And as we record this, actually, he just welcomed his first baby daughter into the world yesterday.
Congratulations to him.
Yeah. So he's busy with that. But yeah, Dr. Buster is my real life best friend since the 9th grade. And so I've known him forever. And so he was a natural choice for me to kind of slide into the Brandon slot. Yeah. Not that he's not the permanent sidekick host, but he's there 1 out of every 4 weeks. He's the one that's on most often now that Brandon's stepped out. Yeah. So there's a natural chemistry there that has helped kind of bridge the gap for us.
Oh, that's great. Look, I really noticed a really good chemistry too between Anna Keller and you. She's a really good podcaster. I actually got put onto her show because of her being on your show.
Yeah, good.
She's been really good. I've really enjoyed her when you've had her on as well. So
she's one of my favorites. Yeah, she'll. I'm trying to get her to become more of a regular rotation as well, kind of like Dr. Buster is. She's on the schedule, so she will be back here in a few weeks. That's that. She, unlike Buster, who I've known forever, Anna, I met through podcasting.
Okay.
And so we've kind of developed a natural chemistry just in the few times we've recorded together. But I agree with you. And I've heard that from others too, that she's kind of a good fit for the show.
Yeah, that's great. That's it's good to hear. Your show has grown exponentially over the years, which is great to see. And people obviously have good taste and appreciate what you're doing. How much has, I guess, your marketing background helped with that? Because you do a lot of other things outside of just, putting up your podcast and getting onto social media. Now you've got a fantastic merch store. You have a lot of options in terms of subscriptions and things like that, and your Patreon. And how much has that been because of what you do as a marketer?
It's a good question. I think it's been key for me because my marketing background has given me kind of a head start where maybe the average new as you know, Darren, podcasting is extremely competitive space. It's really hard to get noticed. It takes a lot of work, and it's a thankless job much of the time. And it feels like you got to really grind. And so it's hard. But fortunately for me and Brandon, who was with me at the start, we both had marketing backgrounds, and we were able to take what we've learned in the real world and apply it to social media and growing a brand and, trying to cultivate a loyal fan base. And we've done that pretty well. And like you said, we've grown over the years. We just signed with a new big podcast network called Glassbox. That's going to, just within the last few weeks that happened. So they're going to help us grow even more. And, the sky's the limit. I just am really fortunate that we've been able to get this far and thankful.
Oh, congratulations on that. I wasn't aware of that. So that's really good. So fantastic.
Thank you.
With your fan base, your rabid fan base, what's the funniest thing that's come from your interaction with these guys? Because you do a lot with Reddit and things like that. Reddit can be very hit and miss in terms of how things are approached.
So there's a lot. The best example that's coming to mind right now is we are not shy on the Tennis Podcast about sharing our political views.
Yes.
So, if you listen to Tennis Podcast, you're going to hear me shit on Donald Trump a lot. Okay. And as one might guess, the Trumpers out there are a very vocal bunch. And so I've gotten a few hate emails for stuff like that. People screaming in all caps on, on a Facebook post or whatever.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened a ton, but it has happened a few times.
Okay.
And to that, it's like, I don't even need to respond. You're proving my point just by the way you're acting.
I guess, that's something that sticks in your mind. But what's the most sort of inspirational, touching moment that you've had from your fan base? Or, one that's just made you smile and go, this is, that's sort of what makes it worth it.
Well, there's really little stuff too. Like when we started recording today, you dropped a Seinfeld reference for me because you knew I'd like it. And those things. Go ahead.
No. So I did. Yes.
I thought you were saying something. Yeah. No, well, it's those little things where you don't think about it when you start podcasting, but once you have some listeners that are routine listeners, they start to pick up on your likes and your dislikes, and so just like knowing that there's people out there that I've never met and probably never will, but they know my taste already, and they know I'm going to appreciate a Seinfeld joke is a cool little thing. I've also gotten some gifts, like a woman is into knitting, and she knitted me a Seinfeld themed, I don't know what it is. It's like something to hang on the wall that says Serenity Now on it. So yeah, I've really been Seinfeld, I think, is like one of the things people tend to connect with me most on, just because Seinfeld's such a huge pop culture thing anyway, and it's like the number one most important piece of media I've ever in my life.
Yeah. Yep.
So Stephen King's another one. I'm a big Stephen King fan, and so a lot of times people will reach out to me about like, have you read this King book? What did you think? Stuff like that. So it's just cool to have those interactions with people that share the same interests as you.
Of course. And I found out the other day, listening to one of your shows, that you're also an Office fan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's my jam.
Yeah. Right now, as we're talking, like behind my computer, I have a whole wall of Office stuff back there.
Very good.
So yeah, Office is huge in my household. Seinfeld and The Office are the big two.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
Look, I grew up watching Seinfeld. Not grew up, but Seinfeld was a regular thing that we watched every day in my household. And The Office, I'm a late comer to. It was only last year that I actually found The Office. Yeah. Like, so I knew of the English Office and I knew of the American Office, and I grew up with my grandparents most of my life, and my grandfather was a big fan of English humor, not so much American humor. So, so I always sort of tended towards that side of things when it came to humor. But I watched The Office because we have Netflix here, so I thought I'll give it a go because I've heard so much about it, and I see so many memes and references, and I'm on my fifth time through now.
Yeah, so, that's the other thing about The Office. Like, I've gone through it probably 30 times. Like, it's just such a rewatchable show. It makes me laugh every time. Yeah. So who's your favorite? It's got to be Michael, right?
I love and hate Michael Scott. So there are times where I want to grab his character by the throat and throttle him. And all I hear is how Steve Carell is so much of a nice guy. And so I could, it's a love-hate relationship with, but yeah, I like it. Dwight, you can't go past Dwight too. Dwight's pretty funny.
Dwight's, Michael's number one and Dwight's number two for me.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny. I was watching another one that I was late to watching, and I watched with my son after he just, kept at me to watch it, was Entourage.
Oh, okay.
And
I've not seen that.
Oh, well, Rainn Wilson is actually in an episode of Entourage as well. And it's actually really funny. But so I love The Office.
I'm surprised Rainn Wilson, who plays Dwight, I'm surprised he hasn't done more, He kind of just pops up here and there, but he's not like a big player in Hollywood.
Yeah, no, it's surprising because he is so good and he's beloved by so many people. So,
yeah.
Yeah. So
it might be a typecasting thing. Like, everyone can just see him as Dwight. It's hard to see him as anyone else.
They can't get past that. Yeah, definitely. Look, because you do so much work, so much content, what's a normal week look like for you when it comes to putting out your podcast? Or a bunch of podcasts?
Yeah. It's a lot. So I probably, I have a problem where this is going to sound cliche, but it's the truth, where like I'm a perfectionist a little bit. So I will spend so much time I edit my own podcasts. Mm-hmm. So that takes up the majority of my time, but I'll spend, I don't know. I've never like tried to quantify into hours, but every single day of the week I'm editing episodes. And, usually once or twice a week, I'm recording new episodes with various people. When I'm not doing that, I'm researching for my next list. Because, for those who haven't listened to 10ish Podcast yet, it's not just guessing the top 10, but the person who brings the list is also bringing trivia, notes, fun facts about that list. Yeah. So that takes a bit of time. I spend way too much time on social media trying to promote the podcast. So yeah, it's become like my number one, the hobby I spend the most time on in my life, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned the podcast format there. I don't think we actually even told everyone what the format is. Do you want to actually give them a brief overview of what the 10ish Podcast actually?
Nah, I'm good.
Don't worry about it. They'll work it out for themselves.
Real quick, it's one of us. So there's two of us on the show every week. One of us brings a top 10-ish list. Could be more than 10, could be less, usually 10. And along with that list, I'm bringing, or the person is bringing, like I said, research, fun facts. The other person does not know the list. They've had no chance to prepare, and they're going to guess in real time the items on the list. And then we go back and forth and fill the hour that way, usually an hour plus. And it's extremely lighthearted. We try not to take ourselves too seriously, and we let the expletives fly, for sure.
And that's, you don't have to be all coy and guarded here. It's a safe space. You can swear as much as you want. That
is a fucking relief, Darren. Thank you for that.
Not a problem. I thought that might help because I noticed you haven't dropped one F-bomb yet, and I thought that's very unlucky.
Yeah, when I'm usually when I'm in front of this microphone and I have these earphones in, F-bombs are just coming constantly. So when I'm on someone else's podcast, it's always like I'm on my best behavior until I know.
Very polite. No, you can let your freak flag fly.
Will do.
All right. Look, just a couple of more things about you personally, and then we'll get into the top 10 list, and I'm going to have to talk to you about that as well.
Okay.
But you're also, apart from a Seinfeld lover, you're a cat lover. What other hobbies, interests? What do you do for fun? What sort of stuff like that?
Yeah, well, we'll start with cats. Big time cat guy. Animals in general, pets. I worked at a veterinarian office for like 7 years through high school and college. Yeah. There was a time where I was considering that as a career. I pivoted away from that. So I have that experience with animals, and I also volunteer in shelters and stuff from time to time now.
Nice.
So animals have always been a huge part of my life. I have 2 cats currently and 1 dog. I'd like more, but between those 3 and the 2 small little monster children I have, it's a full house for now.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
I understand.
But other than that, big movie guy, big into reading. Especially, I mentioned him already, but Stephen King. I've read like all but 5 or 6 Stephen King books probably, and there's like 70 of them. Yep. And it's funny, occasionally people mistake our show for a tennis podcast, like tennis racket, tennis ball. And I do actually enjoy the occasional tennis. So there's that too.
Okay, very good. Oh, that just works. So
it does.
Not a problem. All right. So look, that's enough about you. Let's get into let's get into the countdown. Your count. So okay. If anyone who's a regular listener to my show knows that I get the guests to come on and they count down a top 10 topic in choices that they have that means something to them, and we discuss them. And you've decided to take a different road with the top 10 podcasts this week, and it's become the My Guest 10-ish List podcast because we're going to actually do more of your format. Now, in terms of you've given me a topic to have a look at and get a top 10 of, and you're going to guess that top 10 to the best of your ability. And yes, I do know who I'm dealing with, so you should be very good at this.
I'm a top 10 list guessing expert for those that haven't picked up on that yet.
Yes, exactly right.
But this is good.
Documentation.
I prefer this because it kind of, like you said, it gives people kind of a taste of a sweet, sensual taste of what they can expect over on Tennis Podcast.
That's it. Perfect. And I have misinterpreted it a little bit. I haven't given you my 10 top movie plot twists. I actually went to the Movie Web website, who I'm sure have canvassed tens of people to get this list together. I've got a top 15 here, but we'll do obviously just the top 10. Okay. And spoilers to everyone, this will be giving away major plot lines, plot twists to all these movies. But considering only 2 of these movies are based in this century, so that's a hint.
Interesting.
If you haven't seen these movies by now, well, then what the hell are you doing? So,
well, also, can you imagine trying to do this whole episode about movie twists without being able to talk about the twist itself? Like, what would we even say,
Yeah. What was that twist again? That was good. I must watch that movie. All right. Yeah. Well, sir, at your leisure, start guessing.
So, top 10 movie twists of all time. Yes. Only 2 of them in this century.
Yes.
Well, okay. I'll tell you one of my favorite twists, and it is this century. Maybe it'll be on the list. This is a series that people either love or hate. I love them. It's the Saw franchise, and the very first Saw movie had a great twist. I don't think you're much of a horror guy, if I recall. Could be wrong on that.
Yeah, not a huge horror fan, but I have seen the original Saw and did like it, and it is number 7 on this list.
I knew it. Fucking knew it. What'd I tell you?
You're off to a fantastic start. I know you are avoiding number 1.
I am. Yes. I tried to save it. Mm-hmm. I think I might know what it is.
Yeah. So why don't, I guess I can, but I think you'd probably even be better at telling everybody about the plot twists in Saw the original movie, which I didn't see coming, which I thought was really good.
Yeah, I didn't see it coming either. It blew me away the first time I saw it. And so the Saw series kind of has a bad rap nowadays because it went on too long, and it did. I've seen them all. Yep. I'll see them all for the rest of time, even though I know they kind of suck in the modern times. Yep. Yeah. Do you have any movie series like that where like you recognize they suck, but you're going to keep seeing them anyway? Jurassic World was like that for me too.
Yeah, look, so if they come on TV, yeah, that's actually a really good example. I'd probably watch those because I like the action in those. Mm-hmm. Fast and the Furious series, like I only really like 3 of those movies, but I guess I'll watch them if they're on because I like the cars. Mm-hmm. And at one point they realized where they were going and they started to take the piss out of themselves as well a little bit, especially when there were lines with Han dying and then coming back and stuff like that, and it was like, well, we're just not going to acknowledge the existence of the old movie timeline, and we're just going to start something new again. And it seemed like that. It wasn't like that in the movie, but that's what it seemed to everybody watching. So.
Well, and why not? It's worked. All those movies make like $1 billion each these days. So
mostly in China now.
That's a true point. Yes, but anyway, all that to say, yeah, right. He had that whole controversy with him saying sorry
for Taiwan. Yeah. Yes, we don't get political here. It's a safe space. So.
But my point being, like, many of us have those movie series where, like, yeah, they're not that great anymore, but we're going to keep watching. That's me with Saw. Anyway, all that to say, spoiler if you haven't seen it. The first Saw, there's 2 guys trapped in a room, and they have to find out various clues to kind of free themselves. Turns out there's been a dead body in the room the entire time that these guys just assume was a victim previous to them. But at the very end, with like the most perfect, epic, climactic music ever, the dead guy stands up. Turns out he's been alive. He's the architect of the whole thing the whole time. Yeah. So good. So good. That's one of my personal faves, so I'm glad it made the list.
Yeah, that's great. Look, I pride myself on being able to pick a lot of twists, and my sons hate me for it. But that was one I'll admit to. I didn't see that coming. So, yeah, great. Good movie.
And I know that there's a new Saw coming out, and Tobin Bell, who played the original Jigsaw Killer, he's coming back. So,
fantastic. Great. Very good. Yeah. All right.
Let me ask you real quick, Darren, before we move on. Do you think you would have cut your own foot off to get free? Or do you think you would have died in that room?
Good question. I think it's a sort of question you can only answer when you're in that position. Because I could be brave now and say, I'd just tough it out and I'd cut it off, or I'd let myself die. I don't know what I would do unless I was in that position, and I'd be guessing. And until you're under that sort of stress and your survival is threatened like that, I don't think you could really know what
I think you're right. I think you're right. But I think knowing myself, my guess is I would avoid chopping off my foot until the very last minute, until I'm like dying of starvation. Yeah. At that point, and then by the time I cut off, I'm probably too weak to survive anyway. So,
well, that's the thing. You've got to take into account blood loss and how you're going to get out and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. And I guess there also comes into, are you single? Do you have a family? All that sort of thing. So there are a lot of things that come into the equation when you are doing something like that. So,
But when you're dying of starvation, the good news is you cut off your foot, instant food source. And if you get thirsty, instant beverage source as well.
2 in 1.
The blood flow.
Yeah. It's great. That's fantastic. Yeah. And if you need a toothpick, hey, same thing. So.
That was the alternate ending, I think, in the deleted scenes.
Oh, yeah. Well, I haven't got the Blu-ray on that, but I'll have to go get it. So, All right. Next choice, sir.
I'm going to guess this is pretty high. I think it could be number 1, but I don't think it is. and that is The Sixth Sense.
That is indeed number one.
I fucking knew it.
Yeah. The king of plot twists, M. Night Shyamalan. So, yeah. It's
that was kind of his big breakthrough film. And that's the first that is the first movie he did. I think I don't know. It's at least the first mainstream movie he did. And that twist at the end of that movie kind of set the tone for his career, because I don't know if you've seen the last few M. Night Shyamalan movies, but they're not so twist heavy, but he still kind of has that reputation.
Yeah. The Happening and things like that were, I sort of enjoyed it. My son, who's a bit more lethal with his judgments, didn't. I liked most of his movies, but the last couple I haven't. What's his most recent?
Old, I think.
Old. No, I did see Old. Yeah. Old.
Did that have a twist?
The twist the twist was it was a scientific experiment because of the minerals and everything in the rocks and all that around there. So, I agree. It's not as sophisticated a twist, I didn't think. Yeah. And I wasn't as big on the movie. But I actually did see that one, funnily enough.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. But my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie is actually Signs in 2002, great. Mel Gibson.
Yeah. Yep.
That one doesn't even really have a twist. Maybe kind of, but the two big twist movies that gained him this reputation are one, The Sixth Sense, which is number one on this list, and the other one was The Village.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah, which
I've seen that too, yeah.
I actually love that movie. I remember seeing it in theaters as a teenager and being really pissed off at that twist at the end. Okay. But I've since rewatched it, and now I really appreciate it.
Yeah, the fact that it's such an encapsulated community within, and it's not until the end that you find out. Spoiler again, but if you haven't watched it, what are you doing not watching M. Night Shyamalan movies? That it's actually in modern day, but they're living a 1800s style lifestyle. So,
yeah, you expect that this is taking place hundreds of years ago. Yeah. But in fact, they're living today, and they're just in this gated community deep in the woods.
Yeah.
And I think that's brilliant. But in The Sixth Sense, Bruce Willis is the kid's doctor, and the kid sees dead people. I see dead people. That famous quote. Turns out Bruce Willis's ass has fucking been dead the whole time.
He did the whole time, exactly right.
Yeah. And did you see that twist coming when you first watched it?
That was the one I did see. Yes.
Yeah, and I actually did too.
Yeah. It was, look, he was skillful in the way he did it, with the interactions with the wife and the interactions with Haley Joel Osment, but I thought it was fairly obvious pretty quick. Not quickly, but it was obvious after when you put two and two together with the opening scene with him and his patient and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. But
and I think that's okay. Just because you see a twist coming doesn't mean the twist is bad, and doesn't mean it's not a good movie. It means exactly that it made sense.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I love The Sixth Sense. I think it's a fantastic movie.
Me too. Yeah. Those early M. Night movies, Sixth Sense, Signs, The Village, those are some of my favorites. His later work is always hit or miss for me personally, but I'll still see him.
Unbreakable and all that series with
Unbreakable.
Have you liked all that stuff? Like the different within that sort of superhero genre sort of idea. I thought that was pretty clever, actually. I liked the fact that he was taking the comic books as like history lessons of what had happened and what people were around at that time and all that sort of stuff. So,
yeah, no, I like those. I liked Unbreakable. I don't think it's as strong as those other three I mentioned, but I think it's really good. I also saw Split, which came out like 15, 20 years later, and it was like a kind of a spiritual sequel. Yeah. Did not see the latest one, though. I think it's
Mr.
called Glass.
I think it's called Glass. Yeah. I haven't seen that either, funnily enough. I've been told it's nothing spectacular.
Yeah, which is a shame. It looks interesting. Yeah. I'll probably watch it someday, but haven't yet.
Okay, cool. Fantastic. Yeah. All right, on to the next one.
All right, so we got Saw at 7, Sixth Sense at 1.
Number 1? Yep.
What about 7?
Yes, 7 is number 8.
Come on, they couldn't have just made it number 7. They're trying to... Come on.
It was confusing for me putting it down too. So trying to actually list it on a list of 1 to 10 and it's 7. It's like, hang on, where's that supposed to go?
It's like, it's sitting right there. It's just 1 past 7. Just rearrange the list a little bit. It's a opinion list anyway. Who gives a fuck?
Help me out. Exactly. So, like I said, they canvassed tens of people to get this list together. So a David Fincher movie. I love David Fincher.
Yeah.
Great director, and really, let's see. This is one where I think, is it really a twist or it's just an unfortunate circumstances, unfortunate set of events? I guess
it's not so much it's a twist more for the character, than it is for the viewer, right? For the viewer, it's more of a punch to the gut.
Yes, exactly right. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. It's been so long since I've seen it. I need to see it again.
Yeah, but you're right. It is a twist that probably plays on a different level because it is a twist in the movie, and it's a twist for the characters. Like Brad Pitt, obviously, his
what's
character,
in the box?
What's in the box? Very memeable quote. So, so you want to let everybody know what happens with Mr. Spacey?
I'm trying to remember. Like, I've seen this movie, but it's been so long. So
do you want me to do it?
Yeah, you do it. Because I know they're trying to track down a serial killer who does the 7 deadly sins. But
exactly right.
Yeah.
So there's a serial killer. He's killing people in ways that are appropriate with one of the 7 deadly sins. So gluttony and pride and all that sort of stuff. And it gets to the end where they catch him. Well, he actually turns himself in. Kevin Spacey plays John Doe, who turns himself in. And he has cut off all of his fingerprints on his fingers. They really don't know, they can't work out who he is. And obviously they just call him John Doe. And he says that he admits to all the crimes and says that he's committed other crimes and that he'll show them what he's done. And he takes them to a place where, it's only the 2 investigators, Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt, who have been chasing him all this time. So the only deadly sin that he hasn't actually brought forward is wrath, and I think it's wrath. So what he does is he gets Brad Pitt's character, which is Gwyneth Paltrow, I think.
Maybe, yeah.
I think it's Gwyneth Paltrow, and that's Brad Pitt's wife in the movie, and she's pregnant, and he cuts off her head and puts it in a box and doesn't tell Brad Pitt what it is. He just takes him out into the desert and says, hey, take a look in the box. Morgan Freeman takes a look in the box and tells him to step away, and he goes, what's in the box? so he goes over and has a look.
Despite us laughing about it, it is a very strong, powerful, emotional ending. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell it's really touched me. But, so Brad Pitt finally does actually go over and have a look in the box, and he draws his gun and he becomes Wrath, completing the 7 deadly sins against Kevin Spacey by putting a few bullets in his chest. So, yeah.
And it's a shame. It's a shame on a lot of levels, including some victims. But it's a shame I think the people know what I'm trying to say. It's a shame that Kevin Spacey isn't able to be in stuff anymore because he's such a great actor. Turned out he's a scumbag in real life. But yeah, he did a great job in that role. All the guys did, Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman. And now I want to go watch it again.
Yeah, and there is a twist to that twist that I just talked about, but I left that out. So anyone that hasn't seen 7, again, what are you doing? But there is a little bit more to that scene at the end as well that will make it a little bit more impactful. And go watch the movie and see what I mean. Sorry?
I'm sorry. Do you think the ending would have been more, less, or the same powerful if when he opened the box it wasn't his wife's decapitated head, but instead it was just a piece of paper with a smiley face that said, "I'm really sorry"?
I don't think it'd quite have the same impact, but I would laugh.
You don't? Okay.
No.
Okay.
It would have a very, the impact would be there, but it would induce laughter rather than shock. So, look, I think that alternate ending is on the DVD extended edition as well.
Okay.
So I think you're letting the cat out of the bag.
Sounds familiar.
There. Yeah. So, but Kevin Spacey, by the way, is not done. He has actually done something just recently.
Did he? What?
Yes. What's below B grade movie?
C grade?
Yeah, I guess that's logical. Yeah, that'd be about where he's at the moment. It was horrible. My son showed it to me.
Oh, you watched it? Okay.
I didn't watch the movie. No, I watched it a little bit. I watched the trailer, and it was horrible.
Oh man,
so
I'm curious.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, check it out. See what comes up. But the trailer was, it was not good.
I'm just surprised anyone would cast him right now. But he's kind of toxic at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'll do this later. Yeah. Well, I'm trying to find. Anyway, I'll do it later.
All right. No worries. All right. So we've got number 1, number 7, Saw. Number 1 was Sixth Sense, and number 8 is Seven. Oh God.
Right? Stupid, right?
Well, anyway.
Well, I did mention it earlier, so I guess I should go ahead and guess it, and that's The Village.
Not on here, and I'm just checking. It's not in the top 15, although, like I said, the tens of people that they did scour the globe to find for this this list may not be as sophisticated in their choices as we are. So
that's pretty likely. I find in life, people usually aren't as sophisticated. Okay.
All right.
Well, I'll go with the one that I thought was going to be number 1, and that's Psycho.
Yes, Psycho is, in fact, on this list, number 3. Alfred Hitchcock.
Classic.
Did you like the remake?
Was this the show?
Yeah.
The TV show?
The movie. Yeah, TV show, sorry. Yes.
Bates Motel, is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. So I watched the first few seasons of that, and I did like it.
Okay.
But I didn't love it enough to keep up with it as the seasons went on, but I thought it was pretty good. What did you think? Yeah. Did you watch it?
No, not really. I saw a couple of episodes and was like, for me, it was sort of like ruining the legacy a bit. So
I kind of just viewed it as a separate story because it's so.
I understand.
Yeah. But like the original Psycho from Alfred Hitchcock is iconic, legendary. It's like the twist of twists. It's the twist that started them all, really.
Yeah.
I wonder if twists in movies was really even a thing before that. I don't even know. But it definitely popularized it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's a sophisticated plot trigger that I couldn't bring anything to memory before that, but it probably is, but I can't think of anything myself.
Yeah, it's definitely the standout example. So how's it go? It's the mom. No.
So during the movie, he's interacting with his mother, and you even hear her speak to him.
But it's him.
But it's actually him. So when the young woman, who I can't remember her name right now, she actually goes into the parlor where the mother is faced away from her in a chair, I think it is, and she spins her around, or she goes around and has a look, and it's just the desiccated corpse of his mother. So she realizes she's in a little bit of trouble. So usually when I see a dead corpse all dressed up in a chair, I guess that's wrong. I don't always assume I'm in trouble, but most of the time. Yeah. Halloween, that's de rigueur, so it's all right.
I wonder if that's ever, I'm sure it's happened, but how often does it, like on Halloween, people have the decorations on their, sometimes you'll see like quote unquote zombies or skeletons on people's lawns, and maybe some of those are real and everyone just assumes it's a prop, and so they don't even think twice about it.
Hey, look, it's late. It's Halloween night. You didn't get a chance to go to the shops. You've got a next door neighbor you really don't like. Disappears for a while, but he's on your front lawn. He's just helping out, and just gets thrown out with the rest of the Halloween.
And then no one's the wiser. Everybody wins.
And everyone's happy because they didn't like him either.
Yeah. So and he's happy too because he got to be a Halloween decoration before he left this corporal plane. And who wouldn't want that?
Exactly right. God.
Yeah, we've really gone off.
Getting dark. Yeah, we're getting dark. So.
This often happens when I'm on a podcast.
It's very good.
Yeah. All right. So that's Psycho at 3. So
Psycho at 3, exactly right.
let me think for a moment now. I'm trying to think about the other one from this decade, or from not
All
this
right,
decade.
so
this
I'll give you a clue. It's a sci-fi movie from one of my favorite directors who does big sci-fi movies and has done one really recently, or pretty recently.
James Cameron?
Not quite. Denis Villeneuve.
What's he done?
Dune and 2049, Blade Runner 2049.
Okay.
But it's neither of those movies. Would you like me to tell you? Do you give up?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, it's The Arrival with Amy Adams.
Oh, what's the I've seen that, but I'm trying to think of what the twist is in that.
So the aliens come to Earth. I think it's 12 ships across the globe, and she's brought in because she's a linguistics expert. And I think Jeremy Renner. He's the other guy. So, and she meets these aliens, and the aliens have a graphical language. And during the movie, you see it's very disjointed because there's things that are in the past, things that are in the future, and things that are playing in the present. But it's not until towards the end that you realize that the graphical language that she's unlocking with these aliens allows her to perceive time as happening at all at one not linear, so it's happening at all at one, I guess, time frame. So it's not linear time. So she actually sees what's going to happen and has a choice, because it revolves around her daughter. She has a choice to do something different or let it play out. And I guess there's themes of whether or not there's willpower and fate and all that sort of stuff that come along with that movie. But I thought it was actually pretty clever the way they did it. And I actually, when I saw that movie with my son, we were both trying to work it out, and we sort of had an idea of what was happening, but we also did some research on the movie, and the actual whole idea of the graphic, like the new language that she's learning from these aliens, was actually based on a Sapir-Whorf study that was about how people perceive their reality differently based on how they use language. Yeah, and and I always remember it because it's got Worf in the name, and I thought, those bloody Klingons, they're getting into everything. But that was really interesting as well. So
I love that movie, and as we're talking, and like I knew this would happen, it's like I got to watch all these fucking movies again because like I remember loving that movie, and it's been a minute. I was just talking about this with someone recently, like. I can remember picture perfect key scenes from movies that I saw as a kid, like Men in Black. I haven't seen Men in Black in 25 years or whatever, but I could picture and that entire scene in my head of him in the bodysuit drinking salt water at the farm. Yep. But I can watch a movie like Arrival, or I could watch a movie yesterday, and today I could like hardly tell you anything about it because it's. There's a lot of things at play there. One, it's like life's moving so fast as an adult. Media comes at you so much that it's really hard for it to sink in. And as a kid, you're more of a sponge. So, I mean, there's a lot to it, but it's just funny how that plays out. Like, I probably saw Arrival 2 or 3 years ago, but other than like the major themes, I'm having trouble really remembering much about it.
Yeah. Look, I watched it with my son, and I guess I'm the same as you. Like, I can remember all the dialogue from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, but if you ask me what I had for lunch yesterday, I probably couldn't tell you. I'm getting older as well, obviously. So, but The Arrival was one that stuck out for me only because my son and I did actually have such a big conversation after the movie, and we did do some research on the internet just to see if our interpretation of the ending was correct, and we found that was. Yeah, sort of it was, but there was a lot more to it as well. So it's a really good movie to actually, I think, watch knowing all that and then watch the movie, and then you can pick up on the cues probably a lot easier.
Imagine back in the day before the internet, like in this time of Psycho, even, right?
Yeah.
It's like, how do you validate your belief, your theories, right? You just have to talk it out loud with the person. There's no internet for you to reference or check. Yeah.
You
sweet.
surround yourself with the yes men.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That's the way you do it. And then they just validate everything you say.
That's the same way I organize my podcast guest list. So I guess I understand.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So what number was that, though?
So Arrival was number 6. I would have liked to have seen it higher, but it was number 6.
So I know this one's not on here now since we've already done the 2 movies from this century, but Interstellar might have been another one that...
Oh, actually, what's the other one we did from this? The Arrival and Saw. Actually,
Saw.
sorry, I've led you astray. There are 3 movies, and I'll give you a hint because I did lead you astray. The 3rd movie is animated. So there are 3 movies from this century. I forgot the animated one.
Is it Disney?
It is it's Pixar.
Okay, let me think. So there's Finding Nemo, can't be that. There's Up, WALL-E. Oh, WALL-E. Because
No.
no. Toy Story.
Think of music.
Music, Disney, animated.
Not Disney, Pixar.
Oh, well.
Oh, Pixar. Yeah, sorry, yes, of course. Yeah,
Disney bought Pixar.
Yeah, exactly. So that's sorry. But this,
okay.
I don't know. This was when they owned them. So yeah, because this is. I'll give you another hint. It's 2017, and it involves a lot of guitars, a lot of guitar music, and some
Coco?
skeletons and the afterworld. Coco. There we go. Yes, that's the one.
Okay.
Very good. Coco's number 10 on this list.
I'm surprised that made it.
So am I, because especially when you have Scream, The Others, The Prestige, and
Oh man, those are good ones.
yeah, above it in this list. Like I said, those tens of people they scare would have just anyway.
So
want the
Coco,
photos.
I love hot cocoa. I love Disney movies. I see almost all of them because I have 2 young kids. But even Coco didn't really stand out to me as like one of the amazing ones.
Have never seen it.
Yeah.
I've got 3 boys, although 2 teenagers and a 21-year-old, but never seen it.
Mm-hmm. It's all right. I mean, it's good. Any Disney movie is going to be good for the most part, but it's skippable in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think the twist is that. What is the twist?
The twist is the guy that he's seeking in the afterlife is actually the guy who killed his grandfather, and the guy Hector, who's in the afterlife, taking him to Ernesto, who is his musical influence, is actually the bad guy. I think I've got this right. And he killed his grandfather, and his grandfather was the guy that actually wrote all the songs for Ernesto. So yeah, so it's a heart jerker, tear jerker.
There you go, people. Now you don't need to see it. Darren just filled you in.
Yeah. So, 2017, I guess. Yeah. Sorry about that one. That's probably a little bit more recent, but no kids actually listen to my podcast. So that's right. I'm
surprised because you're going to look at your podcast demos in your reporting soon, and it's going to show like you're killing it in the teenage demographic and the like 5 to 12-year-olds.
Yeah. No, the only teenage demographic. Well, it definitely won't be my sons listening. That's for sure.
Yeah, and we've definitely earned the expletive rating on today's episode.
Yeah, I really think they come up. They think I'm coming upstairs not to do podcasts, but to look at porn or something. I don't know.
Well, who says you can't do both?
Hey,
right?
Why not? I am right now. So.
Right. I just assumed it's fine.
All right, cool. So Coco
we did do the
10.
We did do the top 10 most common porn searches on the 10ish podcast before.
I did listen to that one.
Yeah. All right. No twist in that one. It's all very, very obvious stuff.
So,
yeah.
All right.
So it's the 9, 5, 4, and 2.
Yep.
No Scream then, huh? You said no?
No, Scream was at 11, and I thought that could have come in at least for Coco, but it didn't. So one of these, I'll tell you what. There's one more 1960s movie.
Planet of the Apes.
That's the one. Very good. Fantastic. Man. Yes, you finally
Number 5.
did it, you maniacs. You blew it up.
I love that ending.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah. I just talked about it recently because I recorded an episode that has not come out yet at the time we're recording this, and we talked about the Planet of the Apes series. It's the top 10 highest grossing science fiction film franchises. Planet of the Apes is on there. And it's I think people kind of underestimate that ending. It's very iconic, and like the whole. So here's the thing. This is from the 60s now. So not too worried about spoilers, but they travel to the Planet of the Apes, where apes is the dominant species and humans are kind of a subspecies. And at the end, you find out they never actually left Earth. They crash landed back on Earth in the future. And just the reveal of like the Statue of Liberty, I think.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yes, Statue of Liberty. Yep. Half, visible from being covered in sand.
It's just so good.
Yeah. It's a striking image when he finally works out what's happened, and his outburst obviously is crazy. And what did you think of the Mark Wahlberg remake?
Mark Wahlberg, wasn't it? James Franco, or was Wahlberg?
No. There was a Mark Wahlberg
you're right.
one as well.
You're right.
So So
like 2000 or so, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right. And I think I'm just trying to think of the big guy out of the Green Mile. I think he played one of the generals in it as well. One of the
Michael Clark Duncan.
Michael Clark Duncan. Sorry, yes, that's the one. So yeah,
may he rest in peace.
Yes.
I didn't like that one, but I do like the more recent ones with James Franco.
They're great. Yeah, they're really good. Yeah, I really do like them as well. So yeah, that's fantastic. So that's number 9. Okay. Yeah, I think number 9. So we've got what have we got left? We've got 5, 4, and 2 left.
I know what one is. I bet. Star Wars, Empire Strikes. No. Yeah, Empire Strikes Back. The one where
Episode
Luke,
5, exactly.
I'm your father. Mm-hmm.
Yes, very good. 1980. That's the one.
Number 2.
Yes, it's number 2. But yeah, exactly right. Fantastic. And if you don't know what that plot twist is, then I don't know what rock you've been living under.
Exactly. That's, man, out of all these, let me review the list. I think that's got to be the most famous twist, right? Most famous quote.
For sure. Oh, yeah. Well, how many? Yeah, I have a son, a middle boy, and his name's Lucas, and I use the
you have to
one.
You have to
dad
use
jokes.
It.
Yeah, exactly right.
If you didn't use it, I'd put you in dad joke jail. You have to.
Yes.
But I think like the only other, I think Psycho and Sixth Sense are both right under it as far as like famous pop culture, like everyone knows it. Number 1 is definitely Luke, I am your father. I think that's huge.
Yeah, definitely. And
I think it's the best Star Wars movie also.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, like we have a lot of discussion around Star Wars in terms of the prequels and the movies that have been since. And I grew up obviously in an era that 4, 5, and 6 were what I saw first, and I pretty much at the end of those said, well, I'm happy. I don't need to see anything. I'd love to see something else if you could do it as well, but I don't think they've done it anywhere near as well as I'd like to. Like the prequels are watchable even with all the CGI. What they've done going back to the other movies and trying to do more practical effects is it's I applaud them for doing that, but I just don't think the acting and the storylines have been there for them.
Agree.
So I'm a big fan of the first 3. So
yeah, I 100% agree. I think the first 3 are all amazing, and I don't think any of them after that. I mean, there's bright spots here and there. Like I think Rogue One is pretty good, but like the main narrative series, it's just mostly misses for me.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the last movie, so yeah.
Oh, really? You're not missing much.
Yeah, good. All right, so look, I'll give you some hints on the last 2. So the last 2, let's have a look. Once you choose them, which I'm sure you will, because you are the guessing champ, you'll think to yourself, how did I not just picked these straight away. So they both have they're both very well cast movies. I'll give you a hint. One of them's actually from a director we've already spoken about. Involves a lot of people getting bashed up.
Bashed up?
Yeah, so it's another word for, I guess, getting getting lots of fights.
Yeah. Oh, what could that be?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you another big hint. It's another David Fincher movie.
Oh God, I know. I'm going to kick myself. He's done so many. I'm trying to think.
Bunch of men organizing themselves in a regular meeting.
Fight Club.
Some might say a club.
Yes, Fight Club. Yes. Fight Club.
Yeah, there you go.
Of course. How could I forget Fight Club? Fuck. Yeah, that has to be on here, and it is.
Yes.
What number?
It is at number 5.
Okay.
So where do you reckon it should be?
I think 5 is actually about right, I think.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's competing with Psycho, Star Wars, and Sixth Sense. I mean, no shame losing to those 3. We don't know what 4 is yet, or I don't. I think number 5 is about right.
I think you're right because, like you said, with Empire Strikes Back and The Luke, I Am Your Father, that was something that appealed to, I think, a lot more people in terms of that movie than Fight Club. So, kids, adults all went to see that movie.
Yes.
That movie.
Yeah.
Not a whole heap of kids are watching Fight Club straight off the bat. So,
right.
Not until
maybe they should, but that's another.
Well, use it as an instruction manual for life.
Absolutely. You listeners didn't know you'd be getting life advice on today's podcast, but that's what we're here to do. The first rule of Fight Club is you don't talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you don't forget to guess Fight Club on a top 10 list.
Very good. I didn't see that in the movie, but I think you're correct. I think that was in there.
I think I got the quote
scene.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another really great movie, a great twist. There's other movies like that has a similar twist. What am I thinking of? I bet this isn't on here because this movie seems to go under the radar, but there's a movie called Identity with John Cusack. Have you seen that?
I love John. No, I haven't. I like John Cusack.
Yeah.
I'm a big John Cusack fan.
I won't spoil the ending for you, but it has kind of this flavor to it.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So anyway, Fight Club.
Okay. So Fight Club. Fight Club comes in at number 5, as we said. Have you seen The Game?
The Game. The
by
video
David
game?
Fincher?
Oh, no, the movie. The Game.
It's 1980s movie. I can't remember when, but that was the first, I think, David Fincher movie I ever saw, and that has a twist that, to be honest, that should be in the top 5.
Really?
Yeah.
The Game.
The Game. Yeah, The Game is amazing.
I have so many movies I need to watch after this episode today.
Yeah. Watch The Game first, because The Game, like I said, that was the first, outside of Psycho, that was the first movie where, and I hate to say it, but I didn't pick the twist because there's multiple twists as well. I don't want to give too much away because it's worth seeing without knowing exactly what's going on.
So it's 1997, starring Michael Douglas.
I said 97.
Yeah.
My God, there's my memory for you. So I thought it was a late 80s movie.
Yeah, I've seen this cover before, so I recognize it.
It's worth the watch.
Yeah. Okay, I'll watch it.
Cool.
Okay. So what am I missing?
We're missing number 4. It's a mid-90s movie. It has a stellar cast. Well, sort of stellar. It's an okay cast.
Man, you're really walking it back now after that big promise of the.
Yeah, I came out of the blocks.
So is it a bad cast or not?
I came out of the blocks a little bit too hard on that one. So, but no, it actually involves an actor that we've already ridiculed, and well, maybe not for his on-screen depiction of characters, but for his off-screen.
Kevin Spacey.
There you go.
So, what Kevin Spacey mid-90s movie?
Crime-related. Benicio
Kingpin?
del Toro. No. Not Benicio del it's Benicio del Toro? I think it is.
I don't know if I've seen it.
And Kaiser Sose.
The Usual
Okay.
Suspects?
That's the one.
Yeah,
Yes.
I've not seen that.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
You have to. I'm not going to say anything then. So everyone, including Nick, is going to have to watch that movie because I don't want to ruin that movie for you. That's a real.
I love how we've just freely been spoiling every movie under the sun this whole time. There could be some people listening that haven't seen the movies, but we have no problem spoiling it for them. But for this one, you are not going to spoil it.
I'm going to keep that right in my pocket to not spoil that movie for you. Because it is worth, like the game, the same thing. I don't want to mention anything about the game. And Usual Suspects, you definitely have to go watch that one as well. And
Okay.
well, I'm not going to say anything because if I do, I'll just spoil it. And everyone out there that is hanging on the edge of your seat to find out what the twist is, bad luck. Unfortunately, you're going to have to do what Nick is going to do and go watch the movie. So
I will watch it. I'm going to watch pretty much all these movies we talked about. I'm going to go watch, except maybe Coco, but only because I watched Coco like this morning and every day.
Of course, too much Coco. Week. Yeah, bind you up. So, all right. So let me just roll back on the top 10. So at 10 we have Coco. At 9, Planet of the Apes. At 8 we have 7. This couldn't just move. Anyway, 7 we have Saw. 6 The Arrival. 5 Fight Club. 4 The Usual Suspects. 3 Psycho. 2 Star Wars Episode 5 Empire Strikes Back. And number 1 M. Night Shyamalan's The Sixth Sense. I'm fairly happy with that top 10. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm happy with the top 10. I don't know if I love the order, though. I was going to ask you, what do you think about number 1? Do you think that's the right number 1?
I think it's like The Empire Strikes Back. The fact that it's been so memed and so many people know about it, I can understand how they would rank that as number 1. In terms of a twist, I wouldn't consider it the number 1 twist in terms of sophistication of plot twist. But like I said, that's one that I saw coming, where in some of these other movies, I didn't see the twist coming. Right. And like The Arrival, that's a really convoluted or really that's a sort of twist that you nearly have to go. It's nearly too complicated. I think you can get the base idea of what's happening, and that's enough for the movie. But if you want to go into it a bit further, you're going to have to probably, get into the minds of the writer of the. I think that was based on a book.
That sounds right. Yeah.
So I think you'd have to get into the minds of the person that wrote the book to get a full explanation. But I think you can garner enough from the movie to understand the twist. It's not like Tenet, where you're still going, what? Although
did you say Tenet?
Tenet
with the Christopher Nolan movie.
Yes.
That's a good example of one that's like maybe trying too hard.
Yeah, I thought it did.
Yeah,
and I don't think it quite pulled it off.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, so
I was disappointed by that movie.
Yeah. Great. That's that's the top 10, and you've done exceptionally well as usual. You are the king of guessing. So
thank you, Darren.
Self-proclaimed. So
I would never say that about myself, but since you're saying it about me, I'll accept that praise.
Oh, I'm anointing you, so there you go. Well,
yeah,
mate. There are a couple of questions I'd like to ask you that are more, I guess, aligned with my format of the show. So
I guess it is your show. We should probably do your format too.
No, I've really enjoyed. I think I mentioned to you before we actually started recording, I had another guest in this season of recording who misinterpreted the way that I was asking him to do a top 10, but he came up with a novel way of doing it that I thought, nope, don't change it. I love what you've done. Let's do that. And I'm not married to the idea. I'm more about just talking to the guest and finding about who they are and promoting their fantastic work, as I am with you. And you came up with an alternate idea, and I went, yeah, let's run with that. That's great. Yeah. And I've really enjoyed it. It's been great.
Yeah, me too. So, thank you.
So I want to know, what are you reading, watching, and or listening to at the moment, please?
Oh, so many things. Okay, let's start with reading. I'm reading a Stephen King book, big surprise. I'm doing my first read-through of Lisey's story.
Okay.
It's one of his lesser known, I'd say, books, but it is a series on Apple TV Plus.
Okay.
If with Julianne Moore. So it's okay. I've read better. I've read worse.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm watching a couple of things. I just finished Succession, the most recent season on HBO.
Okay. Yep.
I'm watching the newest season of Handmaid's Tale on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you guys have Hulu out there, do you?
Let me think. I think we do. I don't. We have Binge and we have Netflix, and you can get Prime, Amazon. You can get what else can you get? KO. I think you can get Hulu. We don't have it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where Handmaid's is. It's pretty good. And then just yesterday, I started this new show on Netflix called Ancient Apocalypse. Now,
Okay.
it's kind of Ancient Aliens-y. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, sorry. Is that the Randall Carlson and Graham Hancock one?
Yeah, Graham Hancock.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah. I
You've
listened
seen
to
it?
his Joe Rogan. No, I listened to his Joe Rogan interview, and it was amazing. So, yeah, go. Sorry to interrupt.
No, they show clips of that interview in there with Joe Rogan. It's I'm a sucker for that shit. I just recently did an episode on my podcast about the top 10 ancient structures around the world that some people think have been built by aliens, like the pyramids, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But this theory that Graham Hancock has is that there is actually an advanced human civilization that's been lost to history that built. I won't go too deep into it, but real quick, basically, historians agree about 4,000 years ago is when the humans first started building complex structures.
Yep.
Before that, humans were very basic hunter-gatherer. Yeah. But Graham Hancock has found evidence, he claims, that shows humans may go back 25, 30,000 years. Advanced humans. So it's super fascinating. Even if it's not true, they show some really cool stuff on there. It's on Netflix. I highly recommend it. It's called Ancient Apocalypse.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get to that one because, I just haven't got around to it quite yet. There's lots of, old Office episodes to watch again. But
it's funny how we do that to ourselves, isn't it?
I know.
There's all this new stuff out there and we keep going back to The Office and, for me, Seinfeld.
And I even watched the season 7, 8 and 9.
I love those too. I mean...
Really? I enjoy them. I enjoy them, but they're not quite the same.
They're not the same, but I still love them.
Okay.
I love Robert California.
James Spader.
I love him.
His interview, I think, is the highlight of those 3 seasons. It's
I agree. He goes in this interview and he's leaning back in the chair and he just says, "Everything is sex."
And it's quite a theme for him during those seasons.
Yeah.
So, yes.
So perfect.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, and then so I answered what I'm reading, what I'm watching. What's the last one?
Listening.
Listening. Okay, so I always have way too many fucking podcasts going in my rotation. So I've been listening to your podcast this week because I knew I was coming on here.
And you still came on. That's very
I
brave.
did come on, yeah. More so for the guests than for the host, but
I understand that.
thing. Yeah.
That's why I turn up.
But other podcasts, I'm always listening to the Last Podcast on the Left. It's probably my favorite. Yeah. I love LA Not So Confidential. I have their host, Dr. Shiloh, on my show sometimes.
Yep.
What else? Swindled podcast.
Okay.
It's like a white collar crime podcast.
Okay. Yep.
I've talked about Stephen King a lot, so I'll shout out my favorite Stephen King podcast, which is The Losers Club.
Mm-hmm.
And there's dozens more.
Music?
What's that?
Music? Do you listen to a lot of music?
Music. That's what I was just about to say. Is I listen to so many podcasts now that my time for listening to music is dwindling all the time. So here's my music though. Favorite artist of all time, Nirvana. I have a Nirvana tattoo. I got Nirvana memorabilia on my wall. Big Nirvana guy. I also love that whole 90s kind of grunge scene, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, that's my music.
That's my jam too.
There's not a ton of current music I listen to. Most of the current music I listen to is older bands that are still making music, like Red Hot Chili Peppers and Metallica. But yeah, it's like if music used to be like 90% of my ear space, like my listening time, and now it's like 10%. The other 90s podcasts. It's hard because I love music, but there's only so much time in the day, you know?
Exactly. And I guess with the type of podcast that we both do, researching other podcasts and lists and things like that does take up a heap of your time. And there are days where, not very often, but where I just go, I want to listen to something because I was listening to radio, a good song came on, I thought, I'll get on Spotify and listen to something that I really like listening to. But yeah, it's hard because you have to get on the podcast train and keep them going. And there are a lot of regulars that I listen to, but even my regular, like actually your show, I used to listen to probably a lot more regularly, but because of the type of show that I do have to do a lot of listening of other people's shows. So, but I do get back round to it and do a bit of a binge and catch up. So, especially when I've got a guest coming on like yourself who I'm interviewing. So,
and when you do, if you ever do fall out of a funk of listening to Tennis Podcast regularly, I will find out about it and I will fly to Australia and correct that.
And it's your best Liam Neeson impersonation. So. I thought you were going to tell me you have a unique set of skills. So.
No, but he's Irish.
He is.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you both talk funny, so.
Of course we do, yes. We both drink a lot, although I don't. But we are known for our drinking copious amounts of alcohol.
We both drink a lot, although I don't. That's the quote.
Well, when I say both, I mean
know what
Australia and
Irish. Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's you don't want to be in that pub when you get a bunch of Australians and a bunch of Irish together.
Oh, God.
That's your time to leave.
Yeah. I think that's when they start to, how did you put it earlier with Fight Club? Bang it up?
Getting bashed up.
Getting bashed up. Yeah, that's what's going to happen in that bar.
All right. So my last question, and the question I've come up with for season 3 to be, I guess, my hallmark question to everybody and try to make it as meta as I can. If you could be the VIP guest or on the guest list for a certain concert, podcast, wedding, sporting event, talk show, anything like that, what would it be and why, please?
You threw wedding in there.
Oh, well, celebrity wedding.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
Could be part of the wedding if you want to be. Maybe not the groom. That'd be probably a bit hard.
If you could make sure my wife never hears this, then maybe I'd answer that. But it's a risk I can't take. Okay, so I'm on the spot here. I have not thought about this beforehand. But I mentioned last podcast on the left. It'd be a dream to just talk to those guys on an episode, do an episode with them.
Great choice.
I hear they're trying to get in touch with my agent, but we just can't make the scheduling work.
Well, they are regular listeners to your show.
Exactly. They're smart guys, so I know.
Yeah, of course.
I mentioned Nirvana. There'll never be another Nirvana show again, but if I could time travel back to the 90s and go to a Nirvana show, that would be huge.
Which one would it be? Would it be something like MTV Unplugged or...
Oh, well, see, that's hard.
I'd like to go see that.
That would probably be number one, but it also doesn't give you like the true Nirvana experience, which is a much
feel. Yeah, of course.
But I think I probably still would choose the Unplugged show. It's so iconic.
Yeah. Mate, this has been an absolute ball. Thank you very much for agreeing to do it. And we finally got it done years down the track, which is great. So it's probably been 2 years since we first actually contacted each other on, I contacted you on Instagram or Twitter or whatever it was. So again, big thanks. Thank you very much. If you'd like to let everyone know where they can find all your work, that'd be great.
Thank you, Darren. It's been a blast. Appreciate you having me on, man. And let's not go another 2 years before we do this again.
Definitely.
Tennis Podcast. You can find it on any podcast app. It's also at tennispod.com, and that's the number 1, the number 0, and then ISH podcast. We have a new episode every Wednesday. At the time we're recording this today, we have about 200 episodes and counting. We also have... Tennis Pod Plus which has bonus episodes that you can find at tennishpod.com/plus. And of course, we're on all the social media, Instagram, Reddit, TikTok, Twitter, all of them, YouTube, at tennishpod. So I hope you will come check us out.
So yeah, definitely check Nick out and all of his sidekick hosts at Tennish Pod. I've done it for the last 2 years, and it's been one of the best choices I've made in terms of podcasts to put on my rotation. And life, of course. Yeah. And I'm not known for my life decisions, so that's pretty good.
That's what I've heard.
He's been reading my mail. Okay. Mate, have a great day. And yeah, definitely, let's not leave it for 2 years to catch up again in the future. Thank you very much for doing this, and I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Thanks, Darren. Thanks, everyone. Goodbye.
That's it, folks. I hope you had as much fun listening to the show as Nick and I did making it. To quote an Aussie icon, do yourself a favour and go check out the Tennish podcast. So 3 episodes from 2022, 2023 to go, and I will be releasing them as I get time. I may or may not bring the show back. I'm not sure yet. I'm not being coy, but I already do another podcast with a friend of mine that's a very different show than this one, and it's hard to find the time to devote to doing MGLP again. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll catch you next episode.